Hey everybody, I quit my job today, and I will show you the text messages of basically why I quit my job. Because my district manager, Stacy, she told me that if I was moving to other stores for her, that I was going to be making overtime. Well, my overtime got cut. So I am going to read you basically the texts. The other day, after I got done with, while I was at work, I texted her, why are my hours getting cut? You told me, quote, don't worry about overtime. I go, I actually want to work, but it's like your corporation does not want me to work. All the big shots at Meritage are billionaires. They can afford me working all the time. I would like. Her comment back was, I told you when you were sent to that store and she was short crew. Plus, they transferred me to the Fraser store without my knowledge. Crew and managers at your previous store, you did not work overtime, which is a lie because I got plenty of overtime at my original store. Overtime is something we rarely use, just in emergencies. As she gets staffed and hired, there is no need. We have labor budgets and we can't justify paying OT when there is no real need. Actually, they can because they have money. Again, all the big shots that own the Wendy's are multi-billionaires. I simply said, well, find me a store or two that needs it, your district or not. I want to work, though, and the corporation can afford it. And she's like, it's not about them affording it. Yes, it is. Plain and simple, it is too about them affording it. It's about need. Most stores are staffing back up. Sales are down, so we are currently cutting because it's slow. Well, if someone has an emergency, I will let you know. Well, I then made a comment. I go, well, then what would work best is if you gave me 40 hours in 3 to 4 days. 3 days would be preferable. Same ones every week so I can find a second job to make more money. She goes, for clarification, that will not be possible. So basically what they're saying is they want me on their time, but have open availability all the time. Meaning I'm working on their time whenever they want me to work, not working on my time whenever I want to work. That's wrong on their part. That was not what we agreed to when we hired you. Actually, it kind of was, because I kind of told them that I didn't want to work Sundays, and they keep working me on Sunday mornings. I also told them I was a night person, and they keep working me morning shifts. So it kind of was when they hired you. She goes, I understand you may need additional income, so if you need to take other steps, we understand. They don't understand. I don't need to take other steps. I need them to take other steps and do what I say. I don't need them to do what me to do. I need them to work with me. I need corporations to work with me, not me work with them. If they want me to work with them, they need to work with me, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. I go, but it's logistically possible to do so. 2 14-hour days and 1 12-hour day equals 40 hours. And they are open longer than that. So, yes, it is logistically and mathematically and time ability to do that. Also, I read, and I only agreed to go to different stores if I was guaranteed overtime. She has transferred me to other stores, but not granted me the overtime and guaranteed me the overtime she originally guaranteed me overtime. She said if I was going to go to other stores for her, I would be guaranteed overtime and not to worry about overtime. Now she's changing her statements. She's changing her policies. She's changing her ways, which is lying. You can't change your mind. Once you say something, you need to be a man or woman of your word. And she goes, "We are not doing that, and the stores were critically shorthanded. That's how you got overtime. We hired you with open availability. We can make some adjustments, but you don't get to make your own schedule or dictate days and hours you will work. Not going back and forth about this issue." Pretty much, translation, we don't care about you. You're going to do what we say, or you're if you want a job here. And I'm like, I'm a good worker that wants to work, and I feel like I'm being punished by not being allowed to work. And I also feel like I'm not being appreciated or given the proper motivation, money, or incentive, money, to want to continue working. I've been with the company 10 months with no pay raise, no promotion, and now no overtime. No official recognition, no official awards. I think I deserve something for all the hard work and dedication I've given to you and the corporation. And then she's going to say my name like that's going to do any good. I do appreciate, and she misspelled it too, because it's R-E-Y, not E-R-Y, by the way. I do appreciate all that you have done and do. For 7.5 months, you did not work overtime. Again, yes, I did. I worked plenty of overtime. Because other managers didn't want to come in on time. Other crew members didn't want to come in on time. I pulled doubles. I worked from open to close basically all day once or twice. I came in the afternoon and worked till closing. Yes, I did. I did get overtime. She is full of lies. She is, again, lying because I did get overtime. When your truck broke down, you asked to be moved an hour away. This is not exactly 100% the truth. Okay, she transferred me an hour away. I'll tell you the truth about this. Okay, what happened is she asked me to go to Atoka, Munford, which is an hour away drive. She asked me to go to Atoka, Munford, and work there for 2 weeks. My truck broke down during that time of working for her. Yes, it took a month to get my truck fixed. She then said, "Well, you know what? Covington needs help." And they transferred me down to Covington to work for Covington, which is the full hour away. The Munford store is like 30, 40-ish minutes away. So she transferred me to the Covington store. And even after my truck was fixed, I worked at the Covington store for like a month after my truck was fixed. So what happened was, yes, they worked with me, but to their advantage and their benefit, because I worked at the Covington store until they got all their managers trained. Then she sent me back. And she didn't send me back to my store. No, she sent me to another store in Memphis, the Fraser store. So that's the real truth of the issue. I didn't ask to be moved away. You wanted me to go to another store. I asked if you could move me, and then you kept me there at that store. So there's what really happened. And yes, I did have to live in that area till my truck got fixed. So to a degree you worked with me, but you worked with me to your advantage, not my advantage, your advantage. Anyway, and they did not move me back to my original store. That's a lie. They had me go back to my original store for 1 day, 1 night, to do a overnight. Basically, while the IT man there was fixing the thing. I went there for like 2 or 3 days. They didn't send me back. So to think you just can keep working excessive hours and there's no need, there's always need, trust me, there's always need, is unreasonable. Again, I appreciate everything everyone does, but I can't just blow labor whenever someone wants to work all the hours they want to. Again, yes, you can, because the billionaires, the owners and operators of the business are billionaires, and there's no need for anyone to be a billionaire because that's just way too much money, and they can afford it. Yes, they can. They're billionaires complaining about me making like $20-something an hour extra of overtime. Anyway, I go, this is another statement which I did not get any response to from this one at all. Well, can you at least get me to only be nights or afternoon shifts and not have to work on Sunday mornings ever? I did get overtime at my original store, though, as other managers or employees did not show up on time or at all. And in many cases, then I was made permanent night shift. I go, and here is my statement of why I should be getting overtime. This is basically the main reason why I should be getting overtime right here. I go, I understand from a mathematical perspective that you can hire 2 part-time crew members, which means they don't get any benefits because they're part-time, for every one of my overtime hours, which is true. They can do that. But from my perspective, the average crew member that I have observed in the field is maybe about 25% as good as me, which means those 2 together might be half as good as me alone. Translation, I'm worth about 5 employees, so you're getting a good deal when I'm working overtime. You're getting a good deal when I'm working, period. You're getting a real good deal. You're getting a good deal whether I work, no matter how many overtime hours I work. If I'm worth 4 to 5, and in some cases maybe 6 employees, depending on what job I'm doing, because I'm fast and efficient, and I'm willing to do jobs that other people are not willing to do, which probably makes me worth at least 6 people. You're getting a damn good deal off of me working for you. Now, this morning, since I did not get a response from either one of these that I texted yesterday, I wrote, if you would like me to continue employment at your corporation, then I require a promotion to assistant store manager and a raise to $18 an hour, which is the amount and position of my previous job or previous employment. I also require to only work night shifts and always have the weekends off for both, which are both Saturday and Sunday. See, I do like toy shows and various different things on Saturdays, and if I'm going to not be able to make any hours, I need the weekends off so I can go to church on Sundays and I can do my side business on Saturdays. That's pretty much, and I am a personal believer in corporations should always boost you up. What I mean by that is you should always level up. You should never level down. So if you move from one corporation to another corporation, you should be guaranteed at least the same position, rank, and or the same pay. But what would be best is if the next corporation pays you better than the last corporation, or promotes you to a better rank than the last corporation. Working at Wendy's was actually a step down from my previous position. Now, it doesn't matter to me whether that job changes types of jobs. You still have the experience. There's not much difference between retail and fast food. There's not much difference between grocery store and fast food. In the managerial position, everything is pretty much the same. It doesn't matter. She then wrote, I wish you well on your next job. And I wrote, your loss then, well, I'm not coming into work anymore unless you wise up and change your mind. But I can't deal with lies, stress, and missing church, and not making enough money. Then she decided to screenshot that for some reason and send me a picture of the screenshot. I told her I'll bring my shirts back to Fraser. Have a blessed day. And she said she doesn't need them. Thanks anyway. You can just discard them. You as well. Basically, from all this, I've learned that from a corporation perspective, I'm a number, not a person. And that they care about profits over people because they don't really care about me. They only care about what I can do for them. And corporations need to do what a famous president said. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Oh, corporations need to change that and say, ask not what your employees can do for you, but what you can do for your employees. That seriously is what needs to change. We need members of Congress to get some balls and start making these corporations do right, because one, there shouldn't be any part-time positions, period. They shouldn't exist unless people are legitimately want a part-time position. And the only reason people would want a legitimate part-time position are for a few exceptions to the rule. And that would be high school. If someone's a minor and they're going to high school, which personally I don't think they should be working if they're considered a minor and going to high school. But that's a different story nonetheless. College, if they're going to college is basically almost a full-time job itself, so they should be able to get a part-time job while they're going to college. If they're retired and they're trying to make additional income because their Social Security supplement is not paying them enough. There's probably a few other exceptions to the rule, but pretty much most jobs, the majority of jobs should be full-time. The whole entire reason corporations don't hire you part-time don't hire you full-time is because they refuse to give benefits. And benefits shouldn't be something that you have to buy for a reduced amount. Benefits, like full healthcare benefits and whatnot, they should be 100% full coverage. Most companies, they offer you some kind of health insurance at a discounted rate. That's not how benefits should work. Yeah. Anyway, so all the haters out there that wanted me to get fired, well, too bad. I quit myself. You can't be a hater and wanted me to get fired. Because I decided to quit on my own. Anyway, so if any of y'all know of any jobs that I don't know, wants to do right, wants people to make work, wants people to make overtime, wants to actually pay a living, decent wage, hit me up in the comments, because I've done retail, I've done fast food, I've done grocery store, and they're all full of crap. Like literally all of them. None of them want you to work any amount of money overtime unless it's convenient to them. None of them want to pay you worth a flip, and none of them really want you to do anything. I have two other jobs anyway. I have, of course, this YouTube channel, and I have doing the toy shows, which I got one tomorrow. So I'm fine. I mean, I know that I just cannot do it. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to continue. Like, look, I am not going to go down. I've done it. I should not have to compromise. I know people are telling you the economy's bad and that the government shut down and all this bull, worrying people, but no, it's not. The government's not shut down, because if it was shut down, why are all the emergency services still available? Why is the post office still running? The government is not shut down. If it's going, Why are all these government buildings still open if the government shut down? Why is the National Guard still running around in my town if the government is shut down? It's not shut down. All it is that the Democrats probably want something from the Republicans, and due to the fact that they don't have a full majority, they can't get it without some of their votes. So the government be put right back together as soon as the Democrats, which are extorting the Republicans. Don't worry, the Republicans extort the Democrats the same way when it's majority Democrats in power. But the point is that the Democrats right now are extorting the Republicans over something to get and until then the government will be shut down. If we would get rid of all the unconstitutional government agencies, including the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and we would get rid of all the unessential government employees, and we would get rid of all the unessential government agencies, like Elon Musk was trying to do with the Department of Government Efficiency, we wouldn't have the need for a government shutdown. And taxes would be lower because the government would be smaller. Smaller government means lower government means smaller government means a. Let's see. Let me try to explain this. The smaller the government is, the less it costs to run. The less it costs to run, the less likely it's ever going to need to shut down. Plain and simple. Our founding fathers, when writing the Constitution, were for limited, small government, not unlimited, huge government like we have now. They were big into checks and balances. Nowadays, apparently, it's like the court system, Congress system, and the executive system. It's like they don't use checks and balances anymore. They don't fight each other, which is what they should be doing. And we have politicians in all offices, whether they're local, state, or national, instead of statesmen. Our country used to have statesmen, people that cared about we the people, not care about we the corporation, not care about we the businessman, not care about whoever puts the most money in their war chest, not care about political action committees, but care about people, not care about the party line, not care about but care about the people, not care about the care about the actual Constitution and what's actually written in it, knew that keeps their actual oath to protect and serve and to defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. The same oath that you have to take as a politician when elected to office as you would if you were joining the military. Anyway, I done ranted for a long period of time, like 30 minutes almost, so I'm just going to scroll back all the way to the top and not say a thing and let you read them yourself if you want to. Also going to say to remember God is good all the time, and if God is for me, who can be against me? Jesus loves you. Jesus is God. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is King. Jesus is ruler of everything. Mom said that me and her are kind of in a Job moment, but I don't know about that. Corporations need to work with their employees, I swear. People people should really get to pick their own salary, their own hours. I swear, it's not fair for the corporations to dictate and control our lives like they do. Because they do. They literally dictate and control our lives. I'm pretty much tired of my life getting dictated and controlled. I should have freedom. And I don't have freedom when I'm having someone else dictate and control my life. I have freedom when I finally stand up for myself and say, I'm not taking this no more. I ain't gonna take it. I ain't gonna take it no more. So, y'all have a blessed day, and later.